So it's a blessing to have my next guest here today. My guest is Josiah Harrell. He's a UFC fighter from Columbus, Ohio, with a pro MMA record of 11-1. And before I ask my questions, I just want to say that you're a true fighter and I admire your resiliency with what you've been through, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And thank you for joining me. So how has life been for you recently?
Life has been lifing.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own issues. I'm just ready to get back into it. We recently just got checked, so we had our clearance. So we should
Mm.
get some news soon, and hopefully we get that out to everybody as soon as possible.
hmm So for those that people who aren't like familiar with you, you would have made your UFC debut in 2023
Hmm.
against Jack Della Maddalena, but that was when you were diagnosed with Moya Moya, which is a rare brain disease that you had surgery for.
Hmm.
Um, so is it cured now that you've had surgery, or is that something that requires like additional like monitoring?
It does require additional monitoring. It doesn't go away. So the only thing that they did was, I won't say only thing. They end up cutting into my brain,
Mm,
not my brain, but my head, and then they allowed me to get some blood flow to the front and the back of my brain. So basically, how Moya Moya disease works is it slowly clogs the base of the brain, usually where you get
mm,
your blood flows, your carotids, and then it basically gets to a point where it clogs one side or both. And then over time you get to a point where you're getting lack of blood flow to the brain. For me, it was on my right side, so then they just rerouted that blood, so then that there's no more issues with that. But the disease itself, there's not really a way you can get rid of it. We just
mm.
bypassed it.
Okay, that's good, man. Um, so this question is from MMA GOAT. He asks about how you got the call for the UFC and then finding out about the medical condition. How was it dealing with that roller coaster of emotions in such a short period of time?
And this is 2023.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I was eating a crap ton of ice cream. I just got done going through the cage with Mike Roberts, and it was about 2 weeks after that. So, really, funny enough, our last outing was about 2 weeks after our other fight as well. Either way, you get an opportunity, and sometimes you
Mhm.
can't say no to it, and we end up getting it twice. But that's the way it works. Is you're having a normal day, whether you're training, whether you're helping people out, whether you're working, and you get that call. Hey, are you willing to do this? Are you able to do this? And you
Mhm.
got two options. Really, you got one if you want to pursue this in any
Mhm.
sort of way, and we said yes to the offer. And then obviously, as you, I won't say obviously, but when you get an opportunity like that, you get excited. You get,
Yeah.
okay, what's going to happen? You have all these different possibilities and all these things that can happen, and the only thing you do is start turning it up.
Mhm.
Okay, I need to be training A, B, C, doing all this, and if you're not doing that beforehand, that's kind of your fault anyways. So
Mhm.
you have all these good emotions, and then once we get there, we go through fight week. We have all the media stuff we have to go through. Still a lot of different emotions, trying to absorb everything that's going on. And you have signings, and you have pictures, and you have still cutting weight, and there's a lot of stress that's going on. But I mean, you really just got to keep going forward, and then you get to the point to where you're thinking you're about to have a fight day, and then you get a call, and you're like, "Hey, dude." Not even a call. It was my manager at the time that
Mhm.
told me. He told me I had a brain disease, and I thought he was joking with me. And from there, however you deal with emotions, for me, it was being dismissive or making it a joke,
Mhm.
or those things. And it took about 3 to 4 months for everything to actually to hit in. But at the time, it was more like I remember exactly what I said. He said, "Hey, dude, you won't be fighting," and I was like, "Really? Like, what it is or what's going on?" And at the time, I thought he was talking about like Jack got hurt or something.
Mhm.
But no, he told me I had a brain disease, and I told him always my mom always knew some. My mom always knew there was something special about me, is what I said.
Mhm.
Um, but again, deflecting, making things funny is how I usually deal with trauma. So it just depends on how they deal with issues,
Mhm.
and because that will roll off. You don't get to try to deal with one issue, no matter how small it is, one way, and then a bigger issue a different way. Like eventually, we just get to a point to where, however we take in this information. Eventually, it'll be put out. For me, is deflecting and making jokes.
Hmm. So from looking at your Instagram, I noticed that you're a Christian,
Hmm.
which is something that's been relatable for me since I've been more active in my faith this past year. So what role did your faith play when you had the medical diagnosis and the surgery?
It was the biggest thing anchoring me down. Like I said, it took me a while for me to process everything. And I will say this, that was one of, like, I was going to church beforehand,
Hmm.
and but I didn't get baptized until after I came back, which is kind of messed up. But either way, like me realizing that there's not much to life other than me trying to see what I have to offer, or explore or serve to others.
Hmm.
Like if I can't push Jesus on the people, there really much isn't much to life. Um, if you're thinking of it like of a selfish sense, like the money's going to go away, fame will
Yeah.
go away, girls will go. There's nothing that you can take in, like, with you after you're done.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the biggest thing is he just gave me a rod to hold on to. He stabilize me when my emotions are up or down
Yeah.
or all over the place. And that's the thing, is it was a very at peace thing that I needed. I don't think I would do too well without having him by my side. And
Hmm.
and luckily he was able to be there and guide me through it, because there wasn't many people there. So
Hmm.
it was just more of a fact that, like, I was able to just depend on something.
Yeah, I'm glad that you have that support system. So, did you grow up going to church?
We were in and out, but we
Hmm.
did a lot of different things. It was like more Christian Judea. It was
Yeah.
very, yeah. My mom was making her own um, religion, I want to say, but we did a lot of
Okay.
different things. We
Mm.
went to church sometimes. I think we went to church so we had somebody to babysit us.
Uh,
Uh, so it's
mm.
yes, yes, and no.
Mm. So is that like, would you say like that's how you became a Christian, or do you feel like, once you got like older, you started diving more into your faith?
Yeah, it was. I think the easiest way is that got me curious about, like, what else is out there, as
Mm.
in if there's God or a creator or fate,
Yeah.
or like probability and all these different things of, if we are intelligent, does that mean something made us intelligent, or did we just happen to discover this? Either way, long story short, you get curious,
Mm.
and after a while growing up, you start thinking about different things. Like a lot of shit doesn't make sense. Like
Yeah.
you're telling me that, like, this at this point the Earth needed to be this far away for even life to start happening, and then at a certain point, if it goes uh, a degree in the other direction, or is off by a percentage, and whatever's happening, whether it's air or the atmosphere, or these different things that can happen, or a planet hitting us and the probability of us taking a meteor, you just go, okay, well, it's either we're the luckiest things ever, and
Yeah.
or there's something else at hand. And then you start looking at biology, and you go, all right, you're telling me if the male evolved before the female, we're fucked. You're telling me if the female evolved before the male, for every species ever,
Mm.
there is nothing. So they everything had to happen at the same time. If it didn't happen at the same time, we're not compatible. And it's very interesting how science always points back to a creator. It's just, for me, it was, you have to get curious before you even start going in any direction, and that's what I did. I got curious, and then by the time
Mm.
I got older, you hit a wall hard enough, and you're like, I just don't see, like, I don't see anything else being
Mm.
plausible.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so I noticed that you have a Bible verse on your arm.
Yep.
Do you have like a favorite Bible verse?
Do I have one that's been helping me out? Because
Hmm.
I haven't been able to be as I'm not allowed to eat as much as I would like to,
Hmm.
or I would like, either way, it's the Lord is my shepherd, I do not want. I believe it's Psalms 23:1.
Okay, thank you for
Um,
that.
but but the Psalms 23 in general is just is. Very, very good. And even Psalms 22, I think that's the one that pretty much just brings out the prophecy of the Lord, and he
Mm.
quotes. Um, he ends up quoting himself while he's on the cross, but that goes back to Psalms 22.
Yeah, and what's the one on your arm? Which one is that?
Psalms 28, 7 through 8. I believe the start of it is the Lord is my strength, the Lord is my shield. I got
Okay.
this out in 2016, maybe. So
Oh,
a
okay.
while ago, even before I was Christian. I just thought that
Oh
was cool.
wow.
Yeah.
Hey, it foreshadowed the things to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amen to that. Um, so diving into more like MMA stuff, do you plan at fighting at 155 or 170 in the UFC?
Wherever they want me. I think I'm a sheepdog at this point. Is they point me in a direction and I go there.
Mm,
I'm happy to go down to 55 if they give me enough time, which I think they will.
mm,
I need about 8 to 12 weeks, just because we haven't been there in so long. And then for 70, I'll fight 70 tomorrow. It doesn't, like, so if they need me short notice, I don't care. I don't care about being the little guy. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's kind of, I want to figure out what I'm capable of. I don't care too much about like what can happen, whether it's positive or negative. I'm not going to give myself anxiety thinking about all the different shit that can happen. Like
yeah.
that doesn't do anything. It's more of the point of, obviously there's so many different things that can happen. It's what am I capable of? What is the purpose of me doing these things? And then can I help anybody else that is curious about what they're capable of? Because I mean, at the end of
Mm.
the day, that's more important than me than being like, yep, I'm tough. Let's do that.
Yeah, because I heard you walk around with like what, like 190 something?
Yeah. Yeah, that's Fat Joey. Fat Joey's definitely at 190.
Um, so how many more fights did you want this year?
For this year,
Uh,
if I can, I would like to have two, or if we
mm,
can close our contract. I think we have three more fights in our contract.
okay.
But two would be nice. And then
Mm,
before January comes around, renegotiate, or even just go out and freaking just fight as much as we can.
mm,
That's the goal, is to be able to fight as much as we can. But
mm,
for that to happen, we would have to be able to go from 55 to 70. And obviously we're not going to be in control of that. So if they want us to fight short notice, we're going to go 70. If they want us to give the time, which I don't really care too much about, if they want us
mm,
to give us the time to prepare and all that, which is lame if you ask me, then we'll go to 55. But it's realistically not up to us. If they give us the
mm,
opportunity, then we're going to take it again. Uh,
yeah.
for 70, for 55, it's just going to be 3 months at a time. So realistically, probably about 4 to 5. Five would be pushing it, but four, we can do 4 fights a year would be ideal, is to stay active.
Mm. So you probably be fighting the next like few months, you'd say?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Okay, that's awesome. Um, so life or MMA related, do you have any goals for this year?
Goals this year. I have a problem with being very chaotic. So
Uh,
goals this year is not to get myself in trouble. That is the goals. Stay as close to the Lord as I can, bring
mhm,
others close to the Lord. But I realize that the more I focus on myself, the more selfish I get. So I try
mhm,
not to, just because I know where I head and I know how selfish I can be, and I try not to head in there. It's more about just staying consistent, staying diligent, and not letting the distractions consume me too much, because we're only human.
yeah. Um, so since your nickname is the Muscle Hamster, naturally I have to ask if you own any pet hamsters.
No, having your nails painted and owning a hamster is crazy. That is diabolical. I think you can't. I can't have any rat pets. Anything. I think that they used to put, other than like science shit. I'm talking about like hamsters and asses. That's what I'm talking about. That's just too much. I can't even have that come up. Can't have any questions about that. So I stay away from pets.
Okay, fair enough. I don't have any pets either. So this question is from Violet. what goes through your mind before a fight?
With the Lord,
Hmm.
it's pretty simple. I just keep thanking Him, and I kind of just get myself into a position now because I can tell you my mindset when I didn't have it. But with the
Hmm.
Lord, it's more of thank you for this moment, thank you for the opportunities, and then I kind of put my coaches in a place to where if this person is trying to take everything from me, he's going to have to get through me before he's going to get to the people I love.
Hmm.
And then it's a lot of just being grateful for the opportunity, a lot of being grateful for the moment because I know a lot of people don't get to be there. And then before the Lord, it was, holy crap, am I really here? Okay, what's going on? All right, is this going to be okay? And it's a lot of questioning instead of just accepting. And I think that's the biggest thing is with the Lord. I understand what all the things that can happen, and I'm okay with it. And then without the Lord, it's a lot of questioning, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of what ifs, a lot of could be's or when haves or whatever your questions are.
Yeah, I'd say, Jesus really just calms the storm.
Yeah, yeah.
That is life. Um, so what made you want to become an MMA fighter?
Yeah, you got a lot of different things, but
Mm,
biggest thing is growing up, I wrestled
mm,
from since I was little all the way up through high school. So I already had martial arts in my background. I did karate every now and then, got kicked
mm.
out a lot. I did some striking with my buddy's friend's dad. My buddy's friend's name was Tony
Okay.
Antonio. Um, but that got me curious in MMA, and then obviously you'd see Pride and UFC going growing up. But
Mm,
really, what got me into it is my back was against the wall. It was more of a okay, I don't know what to do with my life, and where I'm at right now is not comfortable. I
mm,
understand that if I just am okay with where I'm at right now, I won't be anything. So I have to chase something. At the time, football just got away from me. That was probably my first love. And
mm,
then you get back home because I ended up leaving college, and you're like, all right, what else is there? And then you ask yourself enough questions, you'll start figuring out what you want.
mm,
And we happen to be in a place to where we can try MMA, and luckily it didn't. I didn't have other things like a family or anything to support. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to go out of my way to try something like that because it would be putting them
mm.
first and making sure I put food on the table and supporting them. But yeah, I got really good at being cheap to myself. Really, really good. It was working full time, and then it was training as much as I can part time.
Oh, okay. What kind of jobs did you do?
We did bounce. I did bounce house. I did. I was a janitor. I
Okay.
did FedEx. FedEx was eventually the one that led me from 2020 to 2022, and then
Mm,
from 2022 to now on, I just been training full time.
okay, yeah, that's good. So you mentioned like wrestling is like the first like martial art that you started training, right?
Hmm.
And you played football as well. Did you play any other sports before MMA?
Ran track. They
Mm.
put me in as a thrower, so I don't know if I ran track. I did a 4x4 at one point, and I thought I meant the Lord. It's not funny. I almost died.
I'm
Very
sorry.
serious. No, I was being that was a joke. But yeah, so they didn't tell me that in a 4x4 you're supposed to like be at like 75% and
Okay.
just keep turning over. No, they said it's a sprint. And I believed them. So right off the bat, boom, I take off. I look behind me. I'm like, I'm winning. This is
Yeah.
nice. This is nice. I hit the first 100. I'm like, cool, I'm still winning. Boom, I hit the 200. I'm like, I'm really getting a gap. And I didn't even know you weren't supposed to look back. I just wanted to, applaud myself.
Yeah.
As soon as I hit about 250, I'm like, ooh, something's going on. Something's going on. All I do is hear my coach, pump your arms, lift your knees, pump your arms, lift your knees. I'm just trying to. So he must have seen it in my face. And through then, I'm pumping my arms, I'm lifting my knees, and
Mm.
I just watch these people pass me by. I'm like, wow, that's the first guy. Wow, that's the second guy. So I finished the race. I fall. I'm like, no, that was. Coach gets up to me. He's like, that was very good. How you feel? I go, you lied to me. That was that was not a sprint. But yeah, other than
Uh,
that, which was very traumatic for me, it was more throwing discus, shot put,
okay.
sometimes long jump, which I'm 5'7" on a good day.
Uh,
Why you put me in long jump or anything, just in general?
yeah.
That was fun. But yeah, they pretty much just put me where they needed me, and I was
Hmm.
like, "Cool, do it. Let's do it."
Hmm. So, what advice would you have for someone who's interested in training MMA?
Find what you're interested in. I think
Mm,
that a lot of people are still trying to be good right off the bat, and that's just not ever going to be plausible. It's not going to be possible. So, unless you have experience of wrestling for 12 plus years or karate or kickboxing, like the you getting into it and trying to be like extremely talented is going to be hard. I think the biggest thing right now is just focusing on what excites you,
mm-hmm,
whether it's striking, whether it's fitness, whether it's wrestling, the grappling portion. It's what
mm-hmm,
excites you about it, because that's going to keep you in the longest. It's better for you to be consistent than it is for you to get a good years of training and then quit. So the
mm-hmm,
biggest thing is what's going to keep you in here the longest, and everybody's going to have their own kind of ideals around that. Some people like to be strategic and really try to be monotonous in how they plan
mm-hmm,
things. That's cool. Not for me. Some people really like to be competitive and just make sure that they're doing jujitsu competitions and they're doing boxing things, and that's cool as well. Some
mm-hmm.
people really like the content part of it, which is absolutely insane. That's so tiring to me. But they like the eyes, they like the everything that comes with it.
Mm,
And some people just like to fight, and but there's different variations of them out there. Like you could find a spot where you fit, whether you like to be more analytical, whether you're like I just like to fight, whether you like the fame or fortune part of it. It's like there's something that you could find that allows you to enjoy fighting. Now you just have to be consistent with it, and then
mm,
from there you can start asking yourself different questions like, okay, where are my holes? Okay, how would I
mm,
beat me? All right, what would make me better today? And then those things you can do for the rest of your life, and you're always going to figure out something to work on. And like I said, the biggest thing is just being consistent.
mm-hmm. So would you say there's like it doesn't really like matter like what martial art you start with? It's just just getting started and then learning all the different ones. Would you say?
Yeah, I mean,
Mm,
there's not one way to do it. We're still young in this sport,
mm,
but the thing is, we've had people that are wrestlers lose to karate guys. We've had people that are karate guys lose to kickboxing. We have people that were kickboxing lose to jiu-jitsu guys, and that pattern will go on. Like there's not one person that was um, not able to lose to a certain to level. Obviously, we have the goats and very good people that happen to be put in a different perspective in general, as in like these
mm,
people like surprised if they lost that they lost, and then
mm,
those are just different people in general. But the point is that there's no one way to win. So whether you can submit a guy, whether you can knock him out, okay,
mm,
whether you can get him tired and he taps in the corner, it does not matter. It's like, okay, how do they win? And if you can figure out how to win, then that's all you really need to do. And then you have the worst type of people, which is the decision guys.
Yeah, the
Oh,
point fighters, right? Yeah,
yeah, but still, again, that's still a way you can win, and
yeah.
you can't really hate them either because they're still following the rules.
Mm. So, do you have like a dream fight?
Dream fight. I think right now it's just accepting and getting our wheels back underneath, and making sure that it wasn't a fluke, because I think I'm gonna go through it if it wasn't a fluke. I'm gonna
Mm,
mentally be just out of it. But so no, right now obviously we have the fun guys that would be like Ilya, Armin,
mm,
Patty. But then again, it's like I'm so young in this sport that it would be easier for me to be like a Bobby Green or a Drew Dober. Um,
yeah,
but the biggest thing right now is let's get the wheels under me before I start casting out all these different nets, because just focus on what's in front of me. Because me
yeah,
getting excited and talking about all these other things doesn't do anything but distract me.
yeah.
Um, but Yeah, it would be go through 55, and then after that, we'll go back up to 70, or we're going up to 70 no matter what. But
Yeah.
we will deal with what we got at 55, and then we'll see what fun lies ahead.
Okay. Do you model your fight style after anyone?
No, I have a problem following rules. I have a problem. I'm serious. I have a problem listening.
Mm,
So even if someone was like, "Do it like this," oh, it irks me. It does. I have to like really talk to myself and calm myself down because just deep down, I hate it, and I know it's like it has to be inherent. It
mm,
does. So I have to do a lot of self soothing just to listen to people because
mm,
my brain, my body doesn't want to do it. So I don't know if it's an ego thing where I just deep down I think I know better than everybody. I don't know if it's a everyone I've ever trusted hurt me thing or it's just trauma, and I'm like,
yeah.
why would I trust you if I know I can mess it up myself? So we're still figuring that part out, but either way, it's yeah, no, I take glimpses and I take things that I see from people, whether it works, whether it looks nice, whether I think it's dangerous, and then I will try it defensively. I'll try it as in I'm going to learn this so I know how to defend it,
Mm,
and then if it fits in my game, it fits in my game. If it doesn't, we'll put it on the back burner until it fits in my game, and then we'll figure out a way to put it in there. Because there's always, like, even to this day, like I don't really throw spinning stuff, but I got them. So
yeah.
I make sure that I understand why I would need to use them, why how I'd set it up, why I would set them up, just so if they're ever used against me, I can defend them as properly as possible. But
Mm.
yeah, no, it's just me taking. I'm a thief. I'm just taking bits and pieces from everybody. I'm like, oh, that works. That's mine now.
So I just want to do like a quick fire, like try and get through like all these questions I have because I don't want to take you too long.
Yep.
Um, do you have a favorite fighter?
Favorite fighter, Mighty Mouse, but he's retired now.
Oh, so in your last fight, in the third round, you went
Oh,
for the armbar,
it still irks me.
yeah,
Yes.
my
Oh,
style, right?
yes. So yeah, nope. So what happened was had an extension, and I should have just kept going because he was going to tap.
Mm-hmm.
But in my head, I'm like, I'm going to break this motherfucker. So I went to go put it in my armpit to break it, and
Mm-hmm.
immediately I lost it, and I was like, that's my fault. So I punched him until his corner gave up. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, it hurts me still.
Um, what color jiu-jitsu belt do you have?
Brown,
That's like the
roast
one.
brown.
What?
That's right before black. Booty
Okay.
hole brown is what we call it.
So you're gonna get your black one probably soon?
I don't know. I'm not too worried
Okay.
about it.
Yeah. Um, do you have a favorite submission?
Favorite submission. Um, if I was being sus, I'd say a triangle. But no, I enjoy arm bars. I do enjoy arm bars.
Mm, yeah, it seems like you're pretty good at them. Um, so if you had kids, would you want them training or becoming MMA fighters?
No. Why would I want them getting punched in the face? Why would I
Yeah.
want them getting hurt? Like if they decide to chase it, fine.
Mm,
I'll help them. But no, I know everything that comes along with the sport, the stresses, the things that can happen, the things that people don't see. I would
yeah.
not want my kids to go through that.
Mm. Um, so what would you like to do post UFC career?
Um, it just depends on what's ahead. Obviously that's the best thing about the UFC is you can go in so many different directions. You have WWE, you have
Mm,
the RAFs or the boxings that you can go into if you still want to be active. You have acting, you have creating your own business and just funneling people to that, which is also nice. Like there's so many different things we can do. I think the
mm,
biggest thing is making sure that I have a lifestyle that is already taken care of, whether that's supporting my family,
mm,
and then we'll worry about it. If I want to go into acting and I'm able to do that, beautiful. And if
Mm.
I want to do what I usually do, which is ADHD things, and go from acting to WWE to one weekend, I'm going to learn how to skateboard from Tony Hawk. He won't be alive still. I'm sorry, Tony, if you ever see that. I know you're not that old. Either way, that's the thing is that would make me more excited to live
Mm.
than needing to work, like physically work. But yeah, it would probably be something ADHD along that line where I'm like, okay, I
Mm.
want to learn how to sing from Adele. I want to learn how to skateboard from Nija, whatever his last name is. I want to learn how to ski from, I don't know any skiers. I want to learn how to ice skate. I don't know any ice skaters. But that's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
that would be the goal is just, you know how
Mm.
Shaq does his little he did it back in the day, but he would do his he competed against Michael Phelps and he had to like learn how to do like that would make me excited to do something like that where I'm competing against these high level guys, but
Mm.
first I have to learn their sport.
Mm. Do you have any siblings who do sports?
Um Adrian does not do no, not anymore. They don't do sports anymore. They grew
Okay.
up doing sports. I have three sisters.
Okay.
Each of them did some sort of cheerleading. I have a brother. He did football. He did basketball. He did baseball. He did a lot track, lacrosse.
Mm. Are you like the oldest or youngest or like in the middle?
Middle child. Middle
Ah, okay.
child. Yep, the one that doesn't matter. Let
Um,
him do. Let him do what he's doing.
do you have a favorite tattoo that you have?
Favorite tattoo is probably between the bat who laughs, which is right here.
Mm.
Or I have Luffy. I gotta make sure I don't show you my whole butt cheek.
Okay, yeah.
Luffy goes all the way up here.
Uh-huh.
So that's fifth gear Luffy. Between those two, it's a toss up.
Okay. And I'm gonna get some like fast questions for you. Do you have a favorite travel destination?
Um, whatever's gonna pay me the most.
That's a good one.
I'm not too worried about it.
Do you have a favorite food?
Chicken or ice cream.
Okay. Like what kind of chicken? Like chicken tenders or like barbecue chicken or like what kind of chicken?
Probably fried chicken. Probably the chicken that's not
Okay.
healthy for you. It's yeah. I have issues.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Favorite movie: Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. Between those two,
Okay. I interviewed Jamie Lynn Horth and I think she said her favorite was Step Brothers, so
tell her to stay away from me. Yeah.
um, do you have a favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? I just caught up to Invincible. But I don't know if that would be my favorite. I think my favorite would probably be uh that's the only thing I think of. So Invincible
Okay.
it is.
Do you watch any anime?
Yes, I've seen Full Metal Alchemist. Obviously, seen One Piece. I've seen Naruto. Um, those are all
Mm.
good ones. Dead Man Wonderland,
Yeah,
Tokyo Ghoul.
because I saw what looks like a Majin symbol on your Instagram. Is that what that
Yeah.
was?
So it's between Majin and then Naruto. You know how Itachi end up crossing that his headband off.
I'm not really familiar with Naruto. I know Dragon
Okay.
Ball Z though.
Yep. So Majin is like pretty much like the darkest part of who like it's just a darkness based power trait. So it's taking the darkest parts of you, and then in Naruto, there's headbands that people have, which
Mm,
basically just symbolize where they're from, and you're supposed to wear them. And then one of the characters crosses out where he's from, like he no longer is there, but he still has to like he still has to represent, so people know where he's at.
mm,
And he basically just crosses it out, and he takes a dagger to it. So he basically it's basically just saying like I understand the darkest parts of me. I'm just no longer that person.
okay. Um, I really need to upgrade my Zoom because I only have like a minute 50 left, but
You're good.
I want to get through all these real quick. Do you have a favorite music genre or artist?
Be R&B rap, but I sing
Okay.
a lot of pop.
Okay. And what's your walkout song?
Walkout song. Last one was Jesus Walks. This one might be something Justin Bieber. We'll see.
Okay. I'll have to I wish they would show them all on the stream. They don't always show people's walkout songs. I enjoy those. Um So, I want everyone to, follow you on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description. Do you have any other social media that people can find you on?
No, I don't have. I mean, I have a Facebook. I don't have. I
Yeah.
have a. Yeah, I mean, Instagram's the best way you're gonna get able to see anything or stay up to date on my story.
Okay. Um, do you have any ways the fans can support you, or just like any last words before I let you go?
Supporting me.
Yeah.
DM me just make fun of me. That will give me enough motivation
Mm,
to train tomorrow. So do that. Uh, in general, thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for
mm,
hosting this and allowing me to do this. Other than that, no.
mm. So I just want to thank you again. It was great talking with you. I'm excited for your journey in the UFC. I'm wishing you the best, and you're always welcome on my channel, okay?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.